Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a great Easter. You've had lots of rest, and now you're ready to go with your learning, keeping it going as much as you can. It's time for Tick or Fix. And in Tick or Fix, we're now going to focus on one type of reasoning problem each day. And then on Friday, we'll look at a mixture of reasoning problems that we've already seen so far. And what you need to do now is you need to press pause on the video and have a go at the questions that come up on the screen. Then, when you're ready, we'll get cracking with our morning maths challenge, or Tick or Fix. Brilliant. How did you get on? Are you feeling confident? So we're going to use 5 steps to solve these types of problems. The 5 steps are, for this type of question, is step 1, read the question really carefully, and that's the same for all of the reasoning questions. Step 1 is always going to be read the question really carefully. What you might want to do is underline any key words that will help you solve those problems and help you understand what it is you have to do. So step 1, read the question really carefully. Step 2 is to look at what you have. So, for example, in this first one, I've been given 4, 1, and 5, and it's really sort of think about what you have already. Step 3 for this type of question is to see if your answer is greater or less than the number that you started with. Because if your answer is bigger, if it's greater than the number you started with, you know that it's going to either be add or multiply. And if our number, for example, in the second one, is smaller, less than what we started with, we know that the calculation that was completed was either take away or divide. Step 4 is to try out then the 2 remaining symbols that you've got. So you've narrowed it down because the number is greater, you've narrowed it down to either add or multiply. So you now need to try out both and see which one is the best fit for that missing space. Step 5, again with all of your maths problems, is to read over your answer carefully and think, does it make sense? Have I got the right answer? Before you go on to the next one. Right, let's get started with the first question. And remember my 5-step approach. The first step is to read the question really carefully. So that's what I'm going to do first. So it says, choose the symbol to fill the missing gaps. I've got add, subtract, multiply, divide. I've underlined symbol and I've underlined missing gaps because I know that the symbol will go into those missing gaps. Step 2, look at what I have already. So 4 something 1 equals 5. Step 3, see if my answer gets bigger or greater than what I had to begin with. So I started off with 4 and my answer is 5. So that means my answer is got bigger, which means it must be either add or multiply. Step 4, figure out if it's add or multiply. Let's see, 4 add 1 equals 5. Simple, right? 4 add 1 is 5, so that must be my answer. Let's just check with multiply anyway. 4 times 1 equals 4. That's right. Remember that when we multiply by 1, the answer, the number that we started with, is the same. So 5 times 1 is 5, 10 times 1 is 10, 100 times 1 is 100, 1,000,000 times 1 is 1,000,000, and so on. 4 add 1 equals 5. Now let's just have a quick look at that with the base 10. So there's my 4, add my 1, and now I have 5. 4 add 1 is 5. There we go, time for question 2. I've got 23, I've got 1, I've got the equal sign, and I have 22. Step 3 is to see if my number, the answer, gets bigger or smaller. So 23 something 1 equals 22. Has my number got smaller or has it got bigger? That's right, it's got smaller, which means that it must be either take away or divide. Let's have a go with take away. 23 take away 1 equals 22. That must be the right answer, surely. Let's see what divide. would be like 23 divided by 1. If I've got 23 coins and I put them into one pot, I've still got 23. So the answer would be 23. That means subtract must be our answer. Let's have a quick look at that with the base 10. So I've got 23 here, I've got 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, and I'm taking away 1. Now I have 10, 20, 21, 22. 23 take away 1 is 22. So far, so good. Let's look at our next question. So we've got 9, 3 equals 3. Let's see if the number gets smaller or greater. So I start off with 9 and my answer is 3, which means it must either be subtract or divide. Let's try with subtract first. 9 take away 3, 9 in my head, 8, 7, 6. 9 take away 3 equals 6. So that doesn't match up to this. What about divide? 9 divided by 3. So I could draw my 3 pots and share around 9 and see if there's 3. Let's have a go at that with the base 10. So I've got my 9 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to share those out into 3 equal groups because it would be divided by 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9 altogether, divided them into my 3 equal groups, 1, 2, 3, and in each group I have 1, 2, 3. So that means the answer is divide. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. Our next question, and start getting a bit more difficult now. 18 something 6 equals 24. So I've looked at what we have. My next step is to decide if this answer is greater or less than this number. 24 is bigger than 18, isn't it? It's greater than 18. So that means this missing symbol must either be add or multiply. Let's have a go with add. Put 18 in your head and add on 6 spaces. 24. 18 add 6 is 24, so that means the answer must be add. Let's just try multiply anyway. Well, if I have 18, I'll show you this on the base 10. I have my 18 here, 110, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. So I've got 18 here. If I did 18 times 6, imagine this, seeing this 6 times. That would be a big number, that would be a lot of cubes. That would be over 100. We know that to get 24, we need to add 6, don't we? Let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to add in 6 ones. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now I've got 2 10s, which is 20, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, which is 24. 18 add 6 equals 24. Well done. Remember to tick or fix your answer. Let's go to the next question then. So for the next question, I have 4, 10 equals 40. So if I start off with 4 and my answer is 40, did my answer get bigger or smaller? That's right. 40 is greater than 4. So that means our missing symbol must either be add or multiply. Now let's try with add first. 4 add 10 is the same as 10 add 4. So when I add, I put the biggest number in my head first, don't I? So 10 add 4 is 14. Easy. 10 add 4, 14. That's not 14, is it? That's 40. That means the answer must be multiply. Let's just check anyway. 4 times 10 is 40. That's right. We know that. We know our 10 times table. 4 10s are 40. So this means the answer is multiply. Let's just have a quick look on the base 10, what that looks like. So here are 4 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. 4 times 10 is 40. Let's look at the next question then. Let's look at what we have. I've got 10, 2, 5. Our next step is to see if our answer is greater or less than what we started with. I've got 10, something 2, and then 5. Is 5 greater or less than 10? That's right, it's less than 10. So that means I must either be taking away here or dividing. Let's try with take away. 10 take away 2 is 8. That means our answer must be divide. Divided by 2 is the same as half, isn't it? We'll look at that on the base 10, but let's quickly put my answer in. 10 divided by 2 equals 5, and let's have a quick look at the base 10. So here are my 10 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to divide them into 2 groups, aren't I? Because I'm dividing by 2. I'm sharing them out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've divided 10 into 2 groups. Here's one group, here's the second group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each group. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Right, it's time for our final question. You're doing really well, guys. Let's see what we have. 104, 5, and 99. So our next step is to see if 99 is greater than or less than what we started with 104. So is 99 greater than 104? Or is it less than 104? That's right, 99 is less than 104, which means this missing symbol will either be subtract or divide. Which one do you think it is? So what we do is, let's try with subtract first. So 104, take away 5 in your heads, put 104 in your head, 103, 102, 101, 199. So 104 take away 5 equals 99. So that is the answer. If I did 104 divided by 5, that would mean 104 and splitting it into 5 groups. And so our answer would be much smaller than 99 because those groups would have to be equal, wouldn't they? So let's put subtract here. And just before we go, let's have a quick look at that on the base 10 to see what it looks like. So here I've got 104, look, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 in tens, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, 104. And I'm going to subtract 5. Okay, so I've got, I'll take that one away, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so this, because this is a 10, I'm going to have to exchange that for 10 ones. I'm going to take that 10, I'm going to move in these 10 ones. Okay, losing that one for now. I've still got 100, and let's put this back just so we can start again. So I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I've still got 100, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've still got 104, but I've had to exchange a 10 for 10 ones to help me do this. So let's subtract 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We can lose those. And I'm left with 99 on side. So I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then now I've got 9 ones. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. How did you get on? Tomorrow we'll try a different type of reasoning problem. We'll do something like this again on Friday. See how you get on Friday with these. See how you get on tomorrow with our next reasoning problem. See you later then, bye bye.